Well, the 2017 Rivals Camp Series event here in St. Louis officially in the books. Sean Callahan, Nate Klaus with HuskerOnline.com. We've been on the scene all weekend since the Combine started here on Saturday, Nate. And really for us, I think the headline story, you had 4 Husker commits here, all in attendance, kind of showing their stuff, and the day highlighted by Cameron Jurgens receiving the invite to the 5-Star Challenge.
Yeah, not a huge surprise, but Cameron Jurgens, a Rivals 100 prospect, comes to town off of winning the state championship in the shot and the discus, and shows that he's one of the top overall athletes in the country. Worked out at tight end, worked out at linebacker, was trying to get as many reps as he could today, and basically he was rewarded with an invite to the 5-Star Challenge.
And then you had guys like Mastery Mapu, Will Farniak, Cameron Brown, all other commits here. Some thoughts on what you saw from those guys?
Well, I think those 3 players probably had the most to gain in terms of potentially raising their stock in this camp, and I think they did that. I think all of them showed that at least improved from last year's performances, especially Will Farniak and Mastery Mapu. Those guys I felt like took a giant step forward compared to what they showed in Kansas City last week. And then Cameron Brown, I think maybe vastly underrated as a 5'6" 3-star. He's a guy I think that has a tremendous amount of speed, has really improved his route running, and is only going to continue to rise up the rankings going forward.
A lot of talent here not committed to Nebraska, guys that are still on that Husker radar. You talked, Nate, to several of these key targets. Any of those conversations, any nuggets you can share with Husker fans of some of the things you learned here this weekend?
Well, maybe one of the more interesting things is a guy like Houston Griffith, the top 100 athlete out of IMG Academy now, who's good friends with Buki Radley-Hiles. Nebraska's not out of it with him. The Huskers very well could receive a visit from him here in the coming weeks, actually. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. There's still a lot of competition surrounding Houston Griffith's recruitment, but he's certainly one to keep an eye on. And then a prospect like Jelani Williams, the 2019 athlete, wide receiver DB out of Parkway North here in St. Louis, actually won the defensive back MVP award today. Nebraska is very, very high on his list. He was extremely impressed with his visit to the spring game, and he says that he communicates with the Huskers on the regular. So I think that Nebraska is sitting very well with him, and we could see both those guys potentially at Friday Night Lights in June.
Well, we'll have a lot more coverage here from St. Louis really throughout the next couple of weeks. Tons of different photo galleries, video interviews, analysis pieces. So make sure you log on to HuskerOnline.com. Signing off for Nate Klaus and Greg Peterson, I'm Sean Callahan here at O'Fallon High School in O'Fallon, Illinois.